Hi, my name is Megan Thompson, and this is the framework of my accounting education. I didn't take all of my undergraduate courses at USC, but they're very similar courses, of course, with different names. So as you can see here, we're going to start way at the bottom with the pre-accounting major courses. Now, these are going to be the general courses taken in order to get accepted into the accounting program. So first, we'll start on the left side with the main math courses being Survey of Calculus. That's going to get you your basic information, dealing with your limits, your derivatives, your integrals, your differentiation, and then from there, we build onto the business stats. So that's going to build more into your computer applications. So it's going to work with probability, some distribution, sampling, and get more of the business side. And then finally, we're going to go into the finance course, the previous math courses, and then turn them more into finance theories. So it's going to deal with the dividend policies, capital budgeting, valuation, risk and return, things like that. So then we'll go into the middle section, which is going to be the accounting courses. These are your general accounting courses. So they're the fundamental accounting courses that focus mainly on your journal entries, the posting. It's going to be your information in the beginning about the financial statements, and then building on that foundation would be principles number 2. So that's going to build off, and then it's going to dive into more of an emphasis on your partnership and corporate structures, and then along with the management decision making, and then cost control. So you're going to be taking those math courses that you built off in the beginning, and then just go more into the accounting side. And then from there, we go to the economic side of the pre-accounting majors. Now we're going to start with microeconomics and learn the basics concepts as they relate to the consumer, the worker, and the business. And then from there, we go to the macroeconomics, so that's the economy as a whole. So it expands from the individual and the market structures and discusses how the economy interacts, mainly on how the policies can influence the output, the inflation, interest rates. So now doing well in those courses are going to be the main thing that you want to focus on in order to even go into the accounting major. If those courses were too difficult and the grades were suffering, it may be a stopping point for a lot of students. Now, fortunately, I excelled from there, and I knew that these courses were something that I was interested in because I was doing so well. And so that's where I decided that accounting was the correct path for me. So then from there, I was accepted into the accounting program. And so we'll start into the operations and the law courses of the accounting side. From the production and operations management course, which mainly had an emphasis on building the decision making with the production and planning, and that could include the inventory control, product management, quality control, and then on the other hand was activities of people in groups and having that organizing behavior in order to build the motivation. So that would build up the group dynamics and adapt within the organization with the organizational behavior and theory course. And then finally, within the operations idea was the marketing course. So this is able to link the business, the consumer behavior, and the research together, and then that could build the aspects for both the consumer and the industrial goods. And then it gives the basic concepts and practices for the modern marketing. On that other platform is going to be the business law side. And so in the legal and environment of business course, basically we learned more about the legal topic introductions and that how it correlates to the court systems, how the government regulations affected the criminal and contract issues. And then from there, even dealing with contracts was business law. So that dug deeper into the study of the law, the contracts, the sales, agency, and the corporation altogether. Now, the way I built it, I ended up doing pillars instead of doing another flat standard. And that's because I believe that after those courses, that's when you would graduate with your undergrad. And I didn't want to stop there. I built these into the 4 different pillars because you can see that each pillar down below corresponds to the graduate courses above it. So ultimate goal for me wasn't to stop with an undergraduate degree, proceed and go on to farther and get my master's of professional accountancy. And then further on there, I want to get my CPA license and work in an accounting firm. So first we'll start on the left side with the intermediate courses. You're going to just have your basic accounting 1 and 2 courses that are building off of those principal courses. So now we're going to be looking more into the intensive study of the accounting standards, adding in more of the assets, fixed assets, and liabilities. And then from there, we go into accounting level 2, which would talk more about the equity, the leases, some pensions, tax allocations, we go to the accounting systems. So that built off of those ideas, but it was more on the computer side of accounting. So we deal with the cycles, the reporting systems, and then also some more computerized information. Then we'll go into the second pillar, and that's going to be our cost accounting. So with that, we're going to deal with the techniques for the accumulating, some reporting, more of the cost information and making those decisions, and external reporting. So on the accounting first pillar, we dealt with the internal reporting, and then we'll deal with the external. But then we go into auditing, and so that's going to be both the theory and the practice. So we're going to get more ideas on, or less ideas on the actual debits and credits of our information, and we're going to be building it into our control idea. And we're going to have audit procedures, we're going to have more reports, the audit risk, and being able to identify with those generally accepted auditing standards and go from there by using our ethics, some more responsibilities, and things such as that. And then we go into the income tax accounting. We're going to deal more on the tax side, just the federal income tax side, and how it affects our individuals as or individuals rather than a company side. So at that level, we would have graduated with an undergrad, but then we'll go into the graduate courses. And these are the most important, I think, because they just build an emphasis on just the accounting degree in general. And so we'll start with the left side with the seminar in accounting theory, and that's the course that we just took. Actually, we'll talk about that last. So we'll deal with the accounting and government and nonprofit organizations. So that's going to deal how those institutions operate, the structure of the fund accounting, and then how it applies. And then your advanced accounting is going to build off of your intermediate courses. And so that's going to cover more problems relating to the preparation of consolidated financial statements, partnership accounting, and then also deal with exchange transactions and translations. Cost accounting is going to build off of our cost accounting course that we took as an undergrad, and it's going to just increase our understanding of those aspects dealing with the advanced cost managerial concepts, and then also dealing with cost determination. And then our contemporary topics in auditing is going to, of course, build off of our auditing course. And so it's just, you can kind of see where all of those four pillars are. All of the courses in our graduate courses completely just go from there. And so I believe that the reason that the seminar in accounting theory kind of ties it all together is that all the information that we learned as a whole, whether it deals with the conceptual framework that surrounds the accounting practices, but also just gives an emphasis on the reasons on why we do all of this. So it just holds it all together as a glue, and it's able to secure our understanding of why we have learned all this stuff from the law side to the auditing side to the cost accounting, and how it all ties together. So that is my presentation on my Master of Professional Accountancy. I will graduate actually today, so hopefully everything went good, and I'm very excited for the rest of my career. Thank you.